We would like to welcome you to Audio Suplex Live, brought to you by the Nerd Complex Podcast Network. It's all right. That's all right. That we're gonna do something different.
This is so fun and new.
Dude, we're so official. What up?
I like these new cameras.
If we look distracted, it's because we have a giant monitor. You guys can't see it because it's not on any of the cameras. But you can see it right there. I'm pointing right at it, like the WrestleMania sign. Look at that. I'm going there. Welcome to Audio Suplex Live's WWE Payback Preview Special. How you doing, Corey?
I am doing all right.
You ready?
All right. I was up late last night watching WCW pay-per-views.
Like, he wears his sunglasses inside because his future's so bright.
I found these today
in the studio,
right, sitting on the table, and I'm gonna wear them now.
Yeah. So we're gonna, if you haven't listened to one of our WWE pay-per-view preview specials, we're gonna do exactly what you think we're gonna do. We're gonna go down the card. We're gonna give our picks. We're gonna give our insight into the match. But we can't do it without the help of a couple of friends, or as I like to call them, the pre-show stoppers, because of their frequent appearances on our preview specials. Across the table from me is
Ajax. What up?
Ajax rocks.
This guy. He does rock. And who else do we have?
Let's get a too sweet ski.
Does he get his own camera? He does. His name is Shawn. Man, I wish I had my own camera.
I've been away for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
It's been about 2 months.
You took off Mania.
Yeah.
Because that pre-show was like a special time slot and, different time slot from what we normally do, but we're glad to have you back.
I'm glad to be back. And
hey,
we're all having a better day than anybody that got drafted by the Browns this weekend. So
Wow.
Oh, man.
Huge focus on defense this year, man.
Yeah.
Nobody's got any O-lines this year, but we're going to see some Stonewall games.
There's going to be nothing but quarterbacks just in the ground. So, R.I.P. Carson Wentz, I love you. So, I'm a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. Did any of you guys see the video I retweeted of Carson Wentz taking the hat off a Cowboys fan at like a photo op thing?
No.
This guy comes up at a photo op thing and he's got like a Cowboys hat, and like Carson Wentz like fakes the dude out. He like goes to shake his hand and then pulls his hand up and pulls his Cowboys hat off and then like throws it on the ground.
Boo.
I immediately teared up. I was like, "It's my cool."
Anybody see Gutta wipe a booger on a handicapped girl?
Wait,
woman?
What?
Yeah,
I
dude
missed that.
picked his nose
he
and then
went
wiped,
this, and
patted
he
her
went,
back,
"Hey."
but did like a soft wipe and then just
Ew.
the worst kind of person.
That's
dude.
trifling.
He pisses me off.
It could have been an accident, but
No.
I don't.
Nope, he meant it.
Rich dudes and their cocky attitudes.
Oh.
But this is wrestling, all right? We're on the topic of football.
All right,
That's a totally different
let's
show.
stop talking about the fake sports. Let's get into the real stuff here.
Yeah,
Professional
here we go.
wrestling.
So we have 10 matches on the WWE Payback card, which I told
No,
Corey.
we don't. We have 8 matches on the WWE Payback card.
Oh, there's 8. Okay, you numbered each of the segments.
Those are segments of the show.
Okay. So 8 matches. I was telling Corey before we went on air, this card, although I'm not 100% excited for it, is deceptively okay.
Tantalizing?
It's okay on paper.
It's okay, but a little underwhelming. Like it seems kind of weird that they just brought the Miz and Ambrose over, and neither one are going to be
on the card.
The card, and Balor's not on the card. And
Balor is on the pre-show.
Is he on the
Balor's
pre-show?
on the
Not wrestling. He's on Miz TV.
Yeah, there's a Miz TV segment on the pre-show with
So you know it's going to be good.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. My big thing about... Well, let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about the Miz TV segment.
Okay.
My biggest issue with Finn Balor, since kind of like the back half of his NXT run to the beginning of his very short stint on Raw so far, has been... He's a fantastic talent. I love Finn Balor. I love the Demon character. But on the microphone, I feel like he hasn't really found that voice. Like, he hasn't really found that, like, true purpose for his character. Like, he's just a dude who does really good moves and puts on face paint. Like,
And the Demon character doesn't really even mean anything yet. There's no storyline behind why he uses that character. I don't know if they even really dived into that in NXT at all.
They did a little bit when in the feud with Seth Rollins going into SummerSlam for the Universal title. They talked about how it's kind of like they referenced it on NXT too, where he kind of like brings out that side of himself for big matches to basically give himself that extra edge.
So he's cheating, what you're saying.
Exactly.
He's changing
He's
his
using-
chemical makeup.
And I completely forgot. I am rocking the Finn Balor T-shirt today.
Yeah.
Which you
So,
can see on
yeah,
beautiful
yeah,
high
yeah.
definition, brought to you in the
We
Nerd
got-
Complex
we
Podcast
all-
Studio.
We all wore our favorite wrestler's T-shirt today.
I am
is,
my favorite wrestler. Don't say anything.
Ajax is wrestling agnostic.
Yeah.
Wait, that doesn't say Jinder Mahal on it.
No, I know. Shinsuke's not my favorite.
That doesn't say
Shinsuke-
Tony Nese on it.
Shinsuke Nakamura. This is my only like legit wrestling T-shirt that I own.
It's all about Tony Nese's abs.
But
It's-
I bought it because it was the cheapest one of a wrestler that I liked.
Yeah, good job.
It was on special because it's
Yeah, those
discontinued.
Jinder Mahal shirts now, they're like $50. Stock
Yeah.
went up.
They're
Are-
$50.
Are there Jinder Mahal shirts?
There will be.
Swipe right on Jinder.
Well, anyway.
Also, kind of sad too. Just before we get into the card, the fact that, and it's unfortunate circumstances, but the Revival didn't get to make their pay-per-view debut
Karma.
because
yeah.
That's what you get for
Dash
attacking
Wilder
Kofi.
got his.
Isn't that what
Jaw broken.
their finisher is called? Karma Machine?
I mean,
Listen.
they injured Kofi. They had it coming.
That ice cream card had it coming. So,
That's true as well.
whatever.
There was a TV angle, though, because Xavier Woods did get drafted to the Cowboys.
Yeah, he got drafted to the
I saw
Cowboys.
that. I saw that.
Xavier
Did you
Woods.
see his
That's why
Twitter-
they're not on TV right now.
You see his tweet last night? He's like, "Hey, I got drafted by the Cowboys. I'm still going to SmackDown."
That's funny.
The other kind of team blue.
Oh, no. The superior blue team.
There you go.
Anyway, so yeah, so we got a lot of cool things to talk about this episode. Let's start right
We're
off
gonna start
with
the pre-show match.
Yeah, let's start with the pre-show match.
So
for
hold
the-
on. Before we start, we're gonna all do our picks.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna keep track of that here.
as we do.
Last month, I was the best at everything. So
As you always
I am
are.
the champion of pay-per-view picks. Just so
That's
everybody
'cause I
knows.
didn't
That's why I
pick.
have the glasses on
Yeah.
tonight.
It's not because you're an a-hole.
That was
This
only because
afternoon.
I didn't pick last month.
Yeah.
Well, we will see. You have some crazy picks and they pan out. So I don't know. Where
I was
you get
gonna
your
say I
information
did
from.
sweep the board.
what was it?
What was
Roadblock.
It? No, it wasn't
Roadblock
Blow.
or-
What was the other one after Roadblock?
That's
Eliminate-
Fastlane. Then it's
Fastlane. Yeah,
Fastlane.
he swept Fastlane. He
Yeah,
was
he even got like the
Getting out-
locks that were the other way, and he's like, "Nope, that's not gonna."
getting out the broom.
So
He was Turbo from Breaking 2.
we're gonna start with the pre-show match, right? So it's
Well, we should tell everybody listening that we actually decided amongst
punishment.
ourselves. Yeah, so we were doing these picks for like the last 3 or 4 pay-per-views, but there was really no weight to the picks. Like it was just kind of bragging rights, which is cool and all, but it's not as good as forcing your opponents to do something that could otherwise be embarrassing and shared on the internet ad nauseum, just like as I feel
make
like
a
it.
gif out of.
So anytime anytime Ajax gets loud with me on Twitter, I can be like, hey, remember that time you had to do this, and I bring up a YouTube video.
Because I totally use my Twitter.
Yeah. So so that being said, we decided that the punishment, and it'll probably change from pre-show to pre-show, that a punishment for this pre-show for the guy who gets the worst on his picks on a future episode of Audio Suplex Live, you will have to do your best impersonation of Scott Steiner doing the infamous math promo.
Ooh.
Is it infamous or is it famous?
It's so infamous that you can actually find the transcript of the promo on genius.com, which is more noted for like annotating like
Now, we do
Famous
get
rap
quotes.
lyrics.
we
Yeah.
do get the prompt, right? Like I get the
You can do,
okay.
we'll put it up on the
Because
screen.
I'm actually
and
pretty good at it. I might just do it anyway.
we'll put it up on
I'll
the
win
screen.
and still do it.
We'll put it up on the screen and everything for you. Like we'll have like a real time, like you can just read off the script, but you have to get
We'll take
down
one of
deep.
those panels and put the YouTube video
Yeah,
on
you
it.
have to channel your inner Freakzilla and do like your best Scott Steiner
I only care about freaks and like
and your peaks, which are looking glistening, my friend. They are
that's the oil.
Trap City, my baby.
Senior Joe.
Senior Joe. He's fat.
Now, hey, to touch on something that you had mentioned, I know you might want to mention this on your full show. I already kind of have a script in my head about that prank call.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that on air yet, but we're working on it.
Work on that.
Ajax and I have got like a little thing that we're working on that would be a
Yeah.
funny segment for a future show. We won't unveil it yet. I'll talk to you guys.
But teaser. So
I'm
now you
intrigued.
gotta now watch every show because you don't know when it's gonna happen.
It's
Who's
out
gonna
of
do
nowhere.
it. An RKO.
Watch
of
out! Watch
sorts.
out! Watch out!
Yeah,
So
I wonder what it could be about.
it's great.
It's
based
fantastic.
on what
I
he
already
had
know.
already said.
I already know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm a really good actor.
Let's leave him with that. Little bit of
Just
tease.
a
Little bit of tease. So your first pre-show match for WWE Payback is Enzo and Cass versus
The Club.
The Club.
Which is Carl Anderson.
What is this? Round 3?
Round. Oh
Luke
God, I've
Gallows.
lost
3,
count
4?
at this point.
Like official, like pay-per-view wise, I think it's like round 2.
If you're not counting the umpteen thousand Raws that they face each other on as teams, it's insurmountable how many times they've put these teams against one another.
Enzo Amore just hit 1 million followers on Instagram. So
Rightfully
I think,
so.
Of course he
that's
did.
for 1 million times they actually have had this match.
It's how many people are in this country that are just...
His tag now is Real One, as in there's only one real person that cares a shit about this match right now.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And it's you, Ajax. You've got a lot of feelings about this match.
I don't know. No, that's wrong.
What? Go ahead.
No, I just feel like this there is a story, but there's not, because they were involved in the whole like Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro trying to figure out who the number one contenders would be. But aside from that, I feel like this is just an excuse to A, get a match for the pre-show, and B, get these guys on the card, because Enzo and Cass print money. So
That is true.
I'm so distracted by myself. This is so...
I mean, this is a pre-show match, so I think, honestly, it doesn't matter who wins or who loses.
No.
And there's nothing on the line here, so there's no real storyline elements here.
And what's going on with Enzo anyway? He's like hurt 1 week and then he's not the next.
Then they like bum rushed him and attacked him. And that's why they couldn't wrestle.
Again, I haven't had the full version of this in weeks.
Yeah.
So.
But so I don't think it really. There's no real weight either way. So
Give me the club.
You could literally flip a coin and just, that's my pick.
See where it lands.
So Ajax, you're gonna go with the club.
Give me the club.
All right, I'm gonna go with Enzo and Cass, just because I think they're next in line for the tag belts.
You got to remember, besides the aforementioned, which we haven't talked about yet, Great Balls of Fire coming up in July.
Oh man,
We have SummerSlam to get ready for, so you got to start building up who your next number one contender.
And that is in Brooklyn again, is it not?
No, SummerSlam's in Brooklyn. Great Balls of Fire is in Dallas, Texas.
Can we
Which
stop
means we're
saying
getting-
the name? Is that
Nope.
like Great American Bash, but
Nope.
like
We are
not-
driving. I'm going to say Great Balls of Fire until the wheels fall off.
it was originally
It's like
gonna be
Great
called
Balls of Dumpster Fire.
It was Bad Blood
Bad Blood, and they changed it to Great Balls of Fire.
because
because it was Bad Blood with like 2 Ds, wasn't it?
yeah, just like the old school Bad Blood, which I don't know why you would change that.
Because
but
there's no blood in PG. So
Well,
like
they're like,
bad
shit.
Venom. What?
goodness gracious, give me Enzo and Cass because
Enzo. Oh, sorry.
Dumpster Fire.
Enzo. And
Because if there's one thing Vince McMahon likes more than
Big Sweaty Man.
Big Sweaty Man and dated Jerry Lee Lewis references, it's watching the club lose on TV.
Sean, what are you thinking? What's your expert opinion?
First of all, this match is just, man, it's so disappointing and so underwhelming just because of how much hype and steam these tag teams had coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I think up until, WrestleMania, even going into WrestleMania, we probably would assume that this would be for the tag team titles.
Right, if the Hardy Boys hadn't
Hardys
showed up.
didn't show up. I'm starting to lose faith in Enzo and Cass, honestly, just because, what have you done for me lately?
Right, yeah. I think they should have went to SmackDown.
They probably should. A change for them probably would have done them.
I think
better
that's why
at
they
this
moved
point.
the New Day though as well,
Yeah.
because they needed something new to do.
Well, and the
They've-
New Day, it's like,
done
okay,
everything.
you're the longest reigning tag team champions on Raw. Where do you go from there?
Right.
Like you guys said, you could flip a coin. I'm gonna go Enzo and Cass just because I don't think this match matters whatsoever.
There's literally almost next to no future implications for this match. And if there are, I'll be genuinely shocked. But very seldom can you truly say that like a match is a throwaway. This was a true throwaway.
So yeah, could go either way.
I like how we're putting over Trey right now.
Oh yeah. No, shouts out to Trigger Trey.
Oh man. That's my trigger.
Homegrown talent, good guy.
No, they're doing their thing now.
High flyer.
We got to talk about this the wrestling revolver too that Sammy Callahan's doing.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'll give you the
He's
synopsis.
Yeah. Give me Are you gonna break it down for us now? Or are you gonna just send it to me off air?
I mean, I can. I didn't want to get us too far off the rails. It's a thing.
Let's take it under the treetops. We'll do this later. We got a lot to discuss off the air. So second pre-show match.
We are on the main card. It might get moved to the pre-show.
It is the cruiserweight.
Who knows?
But do you do it as a pre-show match?
It was a pre-show.
2 months in a row.
They have done the U.S. title as a pre-show match for like 6 months in a row,
thus giving birth to the Ryback moniker of the pre-show stopper. So, which is now held by Shawn and Ajax. So, it's a tag team. You guys are literally the pre-show stoppers.
Oh,
so all right.
Give
so
us the belts.
So first match that we're going to talk about from the main card is your cruiserweight title match, rematch from WrestleMania's kickoff show with Austin Aries challenging still the champion. Ajax, if you could do me the favor, do me the honors.
The king of the cruiserweights.
The Neville level.
A whole Neville level.
A whole Neville level.
Taking it to a whole Neville level.
What is the Neville level?
Well, it involves a lot of bananas.
Yeah.
And that's all I know.
Well, there's, you got the stratosphere, because you got to remember, gravity forgot him.
Yeah.
And he knows that.
How's he not so he's got a promo about how the WWE universe is like turned on him. How's he not cut a promo about how gravity has forgotten him?
Oh, wow. That is a great
I gotta show you guys this clip. It was like some random chick on the internet, and this is why you don't give kids the internet and access and video cameras and stuff.
Because they might watch
went on
show.
a 2.5 minute tirade about how we're using gravity and need to stop. So I think I honestly thought of this Neville bit, and I was like, "Yeah, we're abusing gravity.
We're hogging up all the gravity."
Oh my god,
Jesus!
It was great, and I was like, "Oh, Neville's real."
So
he really did forget him.
I'll start off with this one. I think they drug this one out a little bit further because I think they know that there is money to be made with Austin Aries versus Neville. It's been probably one of my favorite feuds of Raw and 205 Live. They've done a lot of creative things in pushing the feud. I'm thinking back to the whole segment with now they got TJ Perkins involved and the sitting.
That just added another level to the Neville character.
Neville level.
Neville level. Yeah, sorry.
You missed the window on that.
Yeah,
you opened the door.
Hey, I just woke up. I'm sorry.
A whole Neville level.
I mean, I honestly didn't think they were going to make that jump with Perkins being a heel, and I was kind of surprised that they did end up pulling the trigger.
I love it.
And yeah, I like it too.
I love it.
Yeah.
I told Corey, I don't know if you caught this from another episode, I basically called TJ Perkins the Iago to Neville's Jafar. Yep. Which is he just stands behind him yeah, get him, Neville. It's so good. Such a good character.
Yeah, on just this last episode of 205, he was getting stomped out by Neville, and then you got TJ just dabbing it on him.
Dabbing in front of him.
That's a great heel taunt.
Oh, the dab
it
is perfect.
So I love how we hated it a month ago.
Well, that's because he was trying to be a good guy.
Okay,
I still don't like it, but I agree it's a heel.
When you're dabbing as a 30-something-year-old, unironically, it's really bad. When you're doing it to get heel heat, sign me up.
See, now when we were at Matt Goodfriend's wedding, I dabbed when I came out, but it was to get heel heat. So that's why I did it.
This is why you're #heel Corey.
That's right.
Yeah.
I got some heat for it too.
Did you really?
No, I don't know. Yeah, well. I didn't talk to anybody.
As in life, as in gimmick.
Yeah, I was they had an open bar and free food, and it was a good time.
Yeah,
we partied on. All right,
I like it though. I like this feud a lot. It's my favorite feud on Raw.
You think this will be one of the best matches of the night?
Oh, easily. These two can go. They proved it already at the Mania pre-show. These two can
and that
go,
was one of the best.
And the sun won't be in their eyes for this match.
Yeah,
so they got that going for them.
Yeah, I think they'll pull out the stops this one. I think, once again, they've been teasing Austin Aries doing the last chancery. He did it on 205 Live to TJ Perkins on the entrance ramp.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah, it was TJ Perkins. Yeah. So you have that extra Neville level of TJ Perkins being involved. This is going to be a good match. Austin Aries is coming for that belt.
Austin Aries.
He's coming for that belt. He's bringing the potassium, and we are.
What if he throws a banana peel down? You know what? And someone slips on it at the spot.
I thought about that the other day. I thought about how cool would it
just saving it up.
Jack Gallagher walks out with a banana and just with his umbrella, banana, and then just
and then Mario Kart, just
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, what are you thinking for the Neville Austin Aries match?
I'm happy this match is happening, and look, cruiserweight division's suffering right now. Even though you do have Neville, you do have a lot of good cruiserweights. The fans are just, their attention span's too short. I'm going to go with Austin Aries because I think WWE has got to give him the cruiserweight belt, because I think Neville now has established himself enough where he doesn't need the belt to be over, especially if you put him with Perkins. And at some point, I think you do need to give the belt to Aries, because I think if you don't, the fans are going to stop caring about the cruiserweight division at a certain point. Or at least you're, run-of-the-mill fans, not fans that, are avid, wrestling fans.
Watch every hour of WWE programming every week. Yeah.
The promo that Aries is going to cut with the belt as like his coronation on 205 Live is going to be fantastic.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
So you're officially saying Aries then? I didn't catch that, Sean.
Yeah, he said Austin Aries.
Austin Aries.
Okay, yeah.
He sold it. All right. Anthony.
I'm going with the longest reigning current era WWE Cruiserweight Champion of all time, Neville.
You're sticking with Neville?
Yeah.
That's right. I am
Aries
also.
doesn't need it either. While it would suck for it to just keep going, I don't think it's time.
Why would they draw out this feud, though, just to have it?
I mean, that's what I feel.
Further solidify it,
Yeah.
though. Not that he needs it, but it's cemented now.
Who's the next contender then? Like who's the next?
All of them.
So here's what I'm saying. Who the next contender is. It needs to be Rey Mysterio. You've heard this before. They want to bring 205 back to a whole Neville level.
He's
They need
busy,
Rey
dude. He's got
Mysterio.
the WCPW Mexican qualifier.
Do you think they're going to put
Tell him to quit.
Kalisto in there? I mean,
Kalisto's
on-
Oni Lorcan,
he's on-
Aiden English. I mean, we got a bunch of the guys floating around right
Sean,
now that could.
I hate to break this to you, but Kalisto's in a dumpster and not coming back anytime
Oh,
soon.
so he's even
he
alive.
got
Rage is garbage. Now you are too.
brazzers. Like, that's all.
Joe's on his drop game today. I like it. Joe brought it
in
in.
my ear right now.
I love too how over Braun Strowman is with the fans. So
Oh
they purposely send him out there like, when I put Kalisto in the trash can, I'm going to pretend like it's all of you, and they're still like, okay, yeah.
We're all trash.
We're garbage. I love it.
All right, so to finish my thought on the Neville match, I don't think that they would pair TJ Perkins up with Neville to accompany him to the ring and to be his tag team partner temporarily. He's that extra thing he needs to help him win. So maybe it gets to the point where Neville, he's easily beaten everybody. Let's say he's about to lose this match and TJ interjects in some way, helping Neville retain his belt. It kind of puts Austin Aries over as he's able to beat him, but they cheated. They had to double team him, so it builds another additional storyline there.
Ooh, yeah, or a DQ retain.
And then when he does finally lose the belt, then Neville can feud with TJ Perkins. That's what I think is going to happen. So I think Neville retains, and we will see.
Or it could have been a snake in the grass thing.
split-
TJP helps.
We split the table.
See, that's what I was wondering. Maybe if something happens that TJ's like,
I don't
okay,
want
after
that.
this match happens, you promised me a
Title match.
and Neville
Or-
blows him off, and
Could be a catalyst for.
Or TJ Perkins was playing Neville the whole time, being the smarter of the two.
The Judas
cost him the
contract,
match.
Yeah, I was playing you the whole time, Neville, devil.
now I'm going
And
to
then
burn
Neville-
Sister's house down.
And then he plays video games and dabs.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, so third match we're going to talk about on the WWE Payback card.
What is it?
Samoa Joey versus Seth Rollins, the King Slayer.
The Joe Slayer.
The Joe Slayer.
The
What
king
do you,
of the Slayers.
Ajax, I know you've got a lot of feelings about this match.
You catching feelings over there?
I got nothing. Because I don't get the full show.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I don't know what's actually going on in this. Besides, I know they had some tag matches off and on.
In your defense, even the guys who watch the full show and don't watch the
don't know what's
abbreviated
going on.
Hulu version, really, the basic premise behind this match is now that Seth Rollins has gotten his retribution on Triple H at
Right.
WrestleMania, he's now going back and saying, like, okay, cool, like, Triple H is done. I still have beef with Samoa Joe because he took me out, like, the month
And
before
clearly
WrestleMania.
got beef with New Japan because I'm stealing Kenny Omega moves and stuff.
Jesus.
And doing them terribly.
doing-
It doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look like a painful
Well,
move.
because they're not strong style over there. in
they're strong
WWE.
style, yeah.
Can't. The WWE guys can't sell that too much. Sorry.
Strong-ish style.
Strong style. Sure.
So
Been to the gym once style.
it's basically the premise for this match is that Seth Rollins wants to go back now and say like Seth Rollins has got a list of people who did bad things to him, and he's just like single-handedly just crossing.
I
It's
didn't
like
know
Kill
so he teamed
Bill.
up with-
Yeah, it's like
teamed
but
up
kill
with
Seth.
Doing them out of order.
Kill Hunter is what it's called. Yeah.
Kill Hunter.
Yeah, he and it was
That actually sounds like a sick ass anime.
yeah.
Kill Hunter. I'm here to hunt kills.
Stopping the hot topic for your new Kill Hunter T-shirts.
Hey, kid.
Let's
You
get that
can
trending.
also get a Kenny Omega shirt while you're there.
Hey, skit right there. The Kill Hunter skit.
Kill Hunter
I just
skit?
gave you material.
I'll kill you, Hunter. That's it. That's basically every line of the show.
There you go.
Anyway, what's super funny is like I love both of these guys. They're two of my favorite guys in the ring, especially on Raw. I'm a huge Samoa Joey fan. I'm not excited for this match in any capacity. I feel like the build up for it's been really kind of just kind of phoned in.
I was like, hey, I did what I was supposed to, and we're back.
And I think if they would have booked this opposite, I get why they went with Rollins Triple H at Mania because it's freaking WrestleMania.
Money.
But I feel like if they would have had like him going up the ladder until he gets to Triple H, this would have been
Taking out all of his henchmen.
exactly. Like
Well, I
One
still
by
feel
one.
like this was supposed to be your Fastlane match
Exactly.
until Rollins tore his ACL again. Was
Or
it the
he-
ACL?
this-
I
it
don't
was
remember.
like a ligament or
A ligament or whatever.
Yeah.
But I
MCL.
mean, I think they just had to do this backwards because of the injury.
Yeah.
So-
and it gets them both on the card, and it's
And
going to be a good match.
And
It's
I
just-
kind of feel this kind of loses something now that they moved Owens to SmackDown because they were teasing that, alliance between Joe and
Triple H and
Triple
Owens.
H and Owens, that now that's the only part
Dunzo.
of Owens moving to SmackDown that doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that point, too.
This match
So, yeah, it does
suffers
take
from the superstar shakeup, and it also suffers from the timing of Rollins' injury. That being said, and it pains me to say this because I love Samoa Joe, and I would like to see them continue to build him up as this like destroyer and just absolute
You don't think it would ride out to SummerSlam or something? No,
Roll-
SummerSlam's August.
Rollins is
That's
picking up.
too far.
Rollins is picking up this W.
Wow.
I mean, maybe they give it to Joe and then they drag it out to Great Balls of Fire.
Oh my god.
So you think that undefeated Samoa Joe is going to lose to Seth Rollins?
at Payback?
Yes, because they can drag it out to Great Balls of Fire
That's
and put.
I'm
Rollins
just gonna
over.
think of Gold Bond and Jock Itch every time you say that.
Yeah.
It's not good.
I think about that all the time. Anyways.
For me, and I'm going to touch on this more once we get to the main event between
Maybe-
Roman and Strowman. But
That sounds like a 90s sitcom.
Yeah,
It's a
Roman
really
and
terrible-
Strowman.
Roman and Strowman.
They're just two goofy guys living in a dumpster.
Roman and Strowman.
Go ahead, sorry.
you've built Joe as the strong,
Machine monster.
machine, but now Rollins just killed, figuratively
The king.
the king. You kind of back yourself into a corner there on where you go with it. But here's the thing: what does Joe stand to lose if he loses this match as opposed to
His
Rollins?
credibility.
I mean, Rollins can lose this match and not.
The fans will still
Hurt
be
his
behind.
momentum.
I think with
I think
Joe,
with
if you
Joe,
wanna
it hurts
build
him more.
If you want to build him as an
I'm-
unstoppable force that's
I'm actually coming around to
potentially going to face Brock Lesnar for the world
I'm
title.
going to go crazy on this. I'm going to go with Joe and say Stephanie McMahon shows up tonight and causes Rollins to lose.
That's a really good prediction.
Yeah,
she
I
is.
forgot. She only
she's
fell
back
through a
from
table.
vacation.
Hey,
back table.
Hey,
vacation.
co-host.
What's up?
Is it too late for me to change my pick?
Yep.
I'm having second thoughts about this. I think, and the more we
Sean
talk about
swayed you.
well, that and they could drag this out to another pay per view.
I just think right now Joe stands more to lose if he loses this match right now than Rollins does.
Yeah, put me down for Joe.
I was Joe the entire time, so I don't look like
But
a poser.
Put an asterisk next to my Joe pick because I'm a flip flopper.
I don't have to put an asterisk.
Because-
I had to
Man, you
cross
got both
scribble out.
flip-
I'll
because
recognize.
this is also an ideal spot. Not saying that they're going to do it, but with the rumors floating around that, this could build up to where this is where you get your Shield reunion.
Maybe you bring in Pete Dunne.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Shield reunion.
I can only imagine. I can only.
I'm just
pray.
saying.
Yeah, they are all on one show.
They're on one show. You can always bring Hunter back. You can add another third man with Joe and Triple H.
Pete Dunne.
And then, that's where, they could have their excuse like, look, we got the Shield back together.
Did you guys see that clip of Pete Dunne using a kid?
Yep. Fantastic.
So good.
I hope he knew the kid.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
All right, I'm going with Joe as well. So that's Joe's across the board. I feel like this was one of the more difficult matches to call.
This was one
because it could go either way. And what you said, Sean, Joe has a lot more to lose by losing this match. His momentum is gone as a unstoppable monster, which I think they want to maintain, at least for now. Rollins can lose. He's not in a title picture right now that would affect him.
This gives Rollins something to chase after this match,
and
getting his win back from Joe.
Rollins being the face and Joe being the heel, Joe can cheat to win, and it fits his character, and it saves protects Seth from taking a full
like
loss.
I said, I think Stephanie's been off TV long enough that
would be a good storyline.
It'd be a good storyline. She comes back, and then you pick that that feud back up.
Yeah, and you bring out Pete Dunne.
Exactly. Yep. And then Pete Dunne comes out.
And then he is your number one contender for Austin Aries Cruiserweight title.
I think they strip Lesnar of the belt and give it to Pete Dunne.
He is at 100. He has 205 pounds. He was in the qualifying matches for the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, 8 months ago.
I don't want him. I don't want him on 205 Live.
It is 100%. I'm sure he's not 205 shoot.
Yeah, but he can get there. I don't want him on 205.
Okay, if I put a man who's 210 pounds
SmackDown
and a man who's 205 pounds and tell you that the man that's 210
you wouldn't guess that I'm 220.
Well, no, because you're ripped.
No.
You're chiseled out of fine Italian marble.
I still to this day don't understand why they didn't just put the whole Cruiserweight division on SmackDown, since 205 Live is right there. I mean, I granted
it's 2 hours.
Make SmackDown 3 hours. Put 205 Live.
Do not make SmackDown 3 hours.
Okay. It's Raw is 3 hours. I'm saying make SmackDown 3 hours and throw the Cruiserweight on there.
Go the Nitro way. Have the Cruiserweights just take the first hour.
And just mix the Cruiserweight matches in. Don't separate it.
Travis, the other look in disgust that you just shot me.
No.
No, it wasn't disgust. That
was me reflecting fondly upon the Cruiserweight division in WCW.
He just his pants.
So anyway,
to quote 2009 Lonely Island.
Let us not commiserate too much longer on this match. The next match we want to talk about is the returning tag team champions, the Hardys. What are you doing? Are you deleting?
No,
Stop.
Deleting.
Oh, you got to go to the side, not up, dog.
Yo,
he just pulled the Shawn.
Yeah. Well, and that's where this show gets completely off the rails. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're defending WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. The Hardys defending their belts against your number one contenders. Sheamus and Cesaro. Why did that?
You don't have to do that.
It doesn't fit like Roman and Strowman.
They did it at the Raw After Mania, and it was a fantastic chant, and it should still be around.
No, you don't have to do that.
Anyway.
Roman and Strowman.
I think this is another really difficult match
Should
to call.
be a team.
The reason I feel that way is because there are rumors that the WWE has purchased the broken gimmick, the broken universe, and they're saying if they bought those, they're probably going to want to use them right away. Mm-hmm. So most likely this could be the catalyst, would be the Hardys losing the tag belts, and that would cause Matt Hardy to become broken again. So that would be a reason that Sheamus and Cesaro win, although storyline-wise, if they're trying to book the Hardys as top contenders, having them retain the belts, I think would make a lot of sense as well.
You know, it's kind of crazy in retrospect how the Dudley Boys never reclaimed the straps, and they were brought in to put over new talent. Are the Hardys actually in on Legends contract?
No. They're on actual legit contracts, but.
So were the Dudleys when they were wrestling.
I
thought that was, but again, bringing Dudleys back, a little older guys, kind of like how Jericho was always. He had enhancement, but he wasn't enhancement.
You're confusing Legends contracts with the idea of like Jericho or how the Dudleys came back to put over younger talent.
Most of those Legends
I could
contracts
see the Hardys being utilized to a certain degree to put over younger talent, but I do think that there's enough gas in the tank still that they can actually push them as either a tag team like they're doing right now, or in my ideal world, push them as single stars.
I just hate to see him drop to Cesaro and Sheamus.
No, I would love to see them drop to Cesaro and Sheamus. One, Cesaro and Sheamus have made actual gold out of a plate of dog food. They are a fantastic tag team. I love their chemistry
I think
together.
they're going to break up soon.
Nope. Their vignettes are fantastic.
That's where I was going to
I
go with
think
my...
they're going to break up soon.
I think tonight, I think the Hardys win, and I think either A, both Cesaro and Sheamus turn heel, or one turns on the other.
I think it would be really cool if Sheamus was the face and Cesaro was the heel.
They're just teasing,
I don't think they would, but I think that would
they're
be
just
an
teasing it
interesting
way
way to
too
do it.
much with the whole show of respect and the handshake after the last two matches that I feel like there's a heel turn somewhere coming.
I can see them losing this match and they go for the handshake and they're like,
Just
no,
lay
and
'em
just
out.
beat the crap out of the Hardys.
Yeah.
If you come full on heel for both of them, or I can see maybe they cheat to win the belts would be a cool storyline. Sheamus cheats, and Cesaro's not happy about it, so they're the tag champs, but Cesaro doesn't feel comfortable being the tag champ, so it kind of separates them there.
And then we get a best of 7 series.
Yeah.
Oh my!
So
I don't know.
So you say the Hardys retain.
Hardys are going to retain.
There's a lot. It could go either way, I think.
This is one of those matches.
Are they going to pull the
where-
trigger on the Broken now, and is this going to be the catalyst for it, or
That's
or
where
not?
I'm leaning. One, they've been kind of teasing at it a lot, both on Raw
Twitter.
and Twitter, with Matt Hardy going absolutely bananas on Twitter lately. More bananas than usual.
Which is hard for him.
I think they're going to use this as a catalyst for a number of things. One, I think they're going to use this to put over Sheamus and Cesaro and actually push them as a legitimate tag team. They've invested a lot in this team.
the fans are starting to get behind them too?
The fans
Finally.
are behind them. They're great. I love it. This is the best thing that either of them have done in probably the last 2 years. So
Hey, longer than that.
Yeah.
Sheamus hasn't done anything good in many
this
years.
this tag team made the smarkiest crowd in history post WrestleMania love Sheamus.
Crazy.
How do you like that? So
Crazy.
Do not cut them off at the legs right now. So I think it's going to be a catalyst for them being cemented as like a legitimately 2-time Raw Tag Team Champions, legitimate tag
Killer
team.
I like how we got to keep throwing on like legitimate, finally getting behind. This thing's been going on for almost a whole year now,
Yeah, but you know,
and they're just now.
People didn't like it at first.
but now it's actually
Braun
gotten,
Strowman. People
Because
didn't
people are still under the, and they're not wrong that Cesaro should be a singles wrestler and be the world champion. So I mean,
two more points I want to make. One, and I know I'm not the only person who thinks this way, but I think that the Hardys nostalgia train is starting to lose steam. So like,
and it's only been a couple weeks.
yeah, well, I mean, you can only ride that nostalgia wave for so long. So
Well, and I
And
think
it's
we're
like,
to
hey,
the
yeah, they're here, and here's these okay matches, and yeah.
Here's why we can get off the nostalgia train is because those casual fans that watch WrestleMania, they maybe watch the episode after WrestleMania, but they're not. We're past the point where
Yeah.
if we got you hooked, we got you hooked. If we don't, we don't.
Now
so
we
can get
can-
rid of that.
And now I feel like we're safely to the point now where we can break the Hardys up. You know that they love Jeff Hardy as a singles competitor, and Matt Hardy has not only the go to go as a singles competitor, and he's proven it before in WWE, but now he has the gimmick, assuming that they have the rights for it, to go on his own. And they split them up. We could do split them on different shows, or just even have them feud on Raw. They lose the titles. It causes a schism between the Hardys. We are introduced to the broken universe of broken Matt Hardy.
So you're saying that the Sheamus and Cesaro
Sheamus
team
and
are
Cesaro win.
and look, TNA, and that's a lot of credit to them. They made Matt Hardy more popular than Jeff Hardy, which was
Arguably.
but look,
Matt Hardy made Matt Hardy more popular
Yeah.
than Jeff Hardy.
Yeah,
But that's the first
that's why
time,
Matt Hardy brand was.
Yeah.
He
But
built the
I mean,
brand.
this is the first time,
this
last year is the first time that Matt's been more over than Jeff, because Jeff historically has been.
Well, just Jeff
You
has
know.
been, when they've split them up before, Jeff has always been the one that they have pushed to the moon and back. So,
Yeah,
That's
as far
because
as
he was
the
that high.
and here's the thing in WWE, I think they're in a very good position with these guys. Like one,
Ajax caught on to that.
we're talking about Payback, not Victory Road 2011. All right.
oh my.
Yeah. So
Well,
I finally
why did-
saw that like about a month or two ago. I've only heard the urban
never
legend
seen
of it.
it?
Why didn't
I don't have
somebody help
access
that
to a lot of the
sting?
TNA stuff, so
That
YouTube.
thing needed some help.
Eric Bischoff helped that sting. So I think WWE is in a really good position here. One, they get that huge nostalgia pop from WrestleMania that gets everybody talking about, oh my God, the Hardys are back. And now, in the Hardys being back with Matt and his new incarnation and Matt being over the way that he is, and the ability to push Jeff as a single star with the lineage that he has with being a former world champion and stuff like that, you are at a very advantageous situation here, and WWE is going to pounce on the idea of breaking them up as soon as humanly possible. And I think tonight is the night to start.
Well, and I think initially, because like they even brought it up, Bully Ray brought it up on Busted Open, which he's phenomenal on. If you ever get a chance to listen to him, he's very good on that. He's like, look, you can't really they couldn't bring the Hardys in at WrestleMania with the broken gimmick just because, as you know, like you brought up, the nostalgic fans don't know that. They know, Matt and Jeff as the Hardy Boys. So, I mean, I think at the beginning it was, important to bring them in as the Hardys, but I think now, you can start going towards the broken gimmick.
Yeah. I think this is it. And this could even lead to like a SummerSlam match between Matt and Jeff.
Something new and unusual.
Which would be something
Super Slam.
So, yeah. So, before we get into the second half... Oh, sorry, Corey. My bad.
We only got 2 people's picks, so I don't know
Okay.
why you're jumping ahead. Who did I say was going to win?
I'm reading your heart right now. You think...
Who did Ajax say was going to win?
You guys both think the Hardys are going to win. Nope.
I don't think the Hardys are
All
going
right,
to
so
win.
what do you got?
I think Sheamus and Cesaro are going to win.
Do, Sheamus and Cesaro.
No,
Cesaro.
just to
For all the reasons that we have already discussed.
just to be different.
What do you think?
Give me the Hardys for this one, because I could see
You and Shawn both have Hardys.
Mm.
You're not that different.
different. No,
But so you...
Somebody's got to read that promo.
I said I'd do it anyway.
What do we do if there's a tie for last place? Do everybody...
Someone has to do the first half. Someone has to do the...
No,
You
both
got
have to do
somebody's
it.
got to do the first
Well,
3/8%.
You both have to do it.
We'll find a second Scott Steiner promo for the other person to do.
Hailing from Dunkin' Donuts. Just the one where he's just.
And to think that man's a restaurant owner now.
All right. Well, before we get into the second half of the card, we want to give a quick plug to one of our fellow Nerd Complex Podcast Network shows, and we'll be right back with the rest of the WWE Payback card.
Hello, my name is Peapod,
And I'm James.
and we host a podcast called Chick Flick Picks, where 2 adult males watch chick flicks and dissect them.
That's it.
Yeah, talk about it. We make fun of it and have some fun with it. So hopefully you will enjoy it right here on the Nerd Complex Network.
Whoa.
Oh.
All
What
right.
was that?
So we're back. So yeah, make sure you guys check out Chick Flick Picks with James and Peapod. It's a really funny show. It's actually they watch chick flicks and
I like how it's made on like a little doily.
Yeah. That was another Travis Moore.
Really?
creation. Yeah, I've been
You're
busy, man.
fantastic, man. You're killing it.
Come to me for all your graphic needs, my dude.
Which is ironic because I don't need to.
Can I also just say...
I do
'cause
all
we
of
didn't
my
bring
own
this-
artwork and all that stuff.
Can I also just say, because we didn't bring this up, I absolutely... We talked about this off air. I love this. Our picture of Bray Wyatt, The Art of Seduction over
Oh
here.
yeah.
I don't know if they can see it at home, but
Oh, yeah, they can see whatever's
Yeah.
on that screen is what they
Yeah.
are seeing at
Yeah.
home.
I absolutely love that picture.
Yeah.
We have made some fantastic strides since February, man. We are looking really good. Look at
Well,
us.
we have until next.
and you have sunglasses now.
We have till next WrestleMania to be at the Internet Darlings.
We are going
We
to
have to
be
get
there.
invited.
Brian Zane, Adam Blampier, get ready because we are coming.
His name's not Adam Blampier.
What is it?
It's what is it? Plumpy.
Oh, it's Plumpy. Plumpy, we are coming. Get ready.
Oh man, you just threw like Joe Dierte. Is that what you just
Joe
did?
Dierte.
You just Fred
All right.
his name.
So
Let's
next,
move into the women's championship match.
yes, next match on the card. Challenger Alexa Bliss challenging for Bayley's WWE Raw Women's Championship.
What
One word.
time to be alive.
Bliss.
What a time to be alive.
One word bliss. Is that your pick?
That's it.
Put that in. That's it.
Bliss.
Need we say more? She says it all for us.
You don't
I don't think you need to say more.
piggyback me on there. One, they wouldn't have moved Alexa Bliss to Raw if they didn't want her to be a featured star.
Nope.
Two, she proved to me the last couple weeks that there is no woman better on the mic on both shows than Alexa Bliss.
Oh, because of the wet chance.
But not only that, but just the way that her cadence, the way she comes out and addresses the crowd, and the way she commands the room, like all 5 feet of her.
Everything else is forced and tired from the things that I've seen. Like Charlotte was really, really good, but she got drawn out.
Charlotte's a close second. Like I'm not saying that as a damning thing to anybody else on the roster. I think Charlotte's solid on the mic. I think Becky's another one that's really good on the mic when she's allowed to be.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss can take whatever they give her and run with it. Her her mannerisms, her facial expressions. She understands that cutting a promo is much more than just saying words on a microphone. Her body language, the way she conveys the message, the way that she addresses the crowd.
Oh, I love that what chant she addressed.
And then
she was like, Alexa's fans say what?
She's fantastic. She's not the best in the ring, and that's a given, but she has enough go to where she could take on somebody like Bayley and get a good match out of them. Put me down right now
for Bayley.
Alexa Bliss is winning the Raw Women's Championship, making her the first woman to win both brands women's championships.
5 feet of fury. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Alexa train all the way to Championshipville.
Like the heel that is antagonizing everybody and that's bullying everybody is 5 feet tall.
That's the best. She has like
it's brilliant. It's just
fun size fury.
Yes.
So what do you think, Sean?
Well, first of all, Rodney, this is my friend Rodney. He's absolutely in love with Alexa Bliss to the point where she is his background photo on his phone.
Rightfully
so. I think he's listening.
Shouts out to Rodney.
Shouts out to Rodney. Alexa Bliss has come a long way, especially from NXT. I mean, when she first came out with the whole very gimmick and sparkly, who thought then that she would come? And it happens certain time would come to this. I think she has come a long way. I want to say they're not going to pull the trigger on Alexa Bliss just yet, but at the same time, I didn't think she was going to beat Becky Lynch either right away, and
she whooped.
I'm going to reluctantly pick Bayley just for this month with the.
But you can at least admit that it's going to be a very short time until. Yeah, perhaps maybe even because WWE Great Balls of Fury.
Two things.
Fire.
I think
they great balls of 5 feet of fury.
Yeah, I think they brought Alexa over to take over for Charlotte as the
main heel.
The main heel, and to be real honest, Bayley's championship run has just not been what I think everybody thought it was going to be.
Give me an S.
S.
Give me an T.
T.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me an L.
L.
Give me an E.
E.
Stale.
It's been very stale.
S-T-A-L.
I think
stale.
I think like with the vaudevillains, just they're the best example I can go with. Their gimmick worked in a smaller scale at NXT. Once you got them to the main roster in bigger arenas and everything, it didn't work as well. I kind of feel like Bayley's whole thing is kind of the same. It worked at NXT. It's kind of stale when you get her on to the main roster.
I agree. It's kind
of John Cena. Got to sell T-shirts or something for the kids. It's great. She still can be great. It's just she had her moment. She took out Charlotte at the pay-per-view. That was big. Retained that Mania, childhood dreams. That was big. Next.
I'll let Corey get to his point here in a second, but I think Alexa took the piss out of everything that Bayley has going for her in that promo. When she goes, she literally just parodied everything. And I think for me, it even made me go like, wow, she's right. That's all Bayley really is. It's my childhood dream. And I just really wanted to be here. And I'm just really happy to blah, blah, blah. Like, I love Bayley as a competitor, and I think she has a lot of room to grow. But this is Alexa o'clock, man. This is Alexa time. Let's go. Alexa train to Championship.
15 minutes to Bliss.
Let's go.
I think Bayley's going to win.
Ooh. Is that it, or do you have any?
I just don't think this is a big enough pay-per-view.
I could even just see a scenario where Bayley wins tonight. They have a rematch tomorrow, and Alexa wins, though, too.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I think Bayley retains. It's her hometown. Alexa Bliss has been saying, like, I'm going to beat you in your hometown. She said it a couple times, so I think
in front of your dad.
I think she's going to lose. Alexa Bliss is going to lose because of that. So, Bayley, FTW.
So, Bayley, Bliss.
We got a split card there. We have a split on the last match. Everyone said Joe. We had a split on the Neville Austin Aries match.
Bliss,
This is going to be like
It's going to be close
very Well, I think the card's going to be pretty separated depending on
where we go.
because everyone's kind of all over the place.
So punishment is we go to Dunkin' Donuts
Can we go to Baskin
and cut the
Robbins?
promo there.
Don't say a bad thing about Dunkin' Donuts.
Cutting the promo in Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, so before we jump into the Joe,
end of the card.
Joe, do you want to cue up that spooky music? We're going to do a special edition of a segment I brought up not too long ago called The 3 Count, where I am going to highlight the 3 most horrifying things in the House of Horrors match. As the battle between Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt rages, they accidentally stumble into a room haunted by the spirits of Kalisto and Titus O'Neil, cutting promos on one another for all of eternity.
Oh no! Oh, it's like Courage the Cowardly Dog, man.
Down the corridor, another room filled with steam, water, and the noise of an active showerhead. When suddenly, the spirit of JBL appears, with a devilish grin and a bar of soap.
No!
What's he going to do?
Is Val Venus not too far behind? Hello, lady.
Finally, upon making their exit from the House of Horrors, Orton and Wyatt, bloodied and bruised, make their way toward the street. As they edge closer to the highway, they look up and see inside. This reads, "Welcome to Corpus Christi. Population 300,000. Fight forever." They are trapped there for all of eternity.
Oh, Corpus Christi sucks. Oh,
Hey, there's the audio.
Oh,
Yeah, so that is it. That is your
Beautiful.
top 3.
I love the eerie tune.
You like
the
that?
vibe is, I'm like, I got chills. I'm uncomfortable.
That is.
I am genuinely uncomfortable, guys.
Are you spooked?
I am.
All right.
I don't want to watch this match. I can't do it. No. I'm watching from under my blankets.
They've done a.
I look like the Emperor under there.
We've talked about this, Corey, a little bit. The whole bringing up Jinder Mahal taking the belt, I think does him a huge favor because it sets up 2 things. One, Randy doesn't have to carry the belt into Payback, making it appear like it would even remotely be a title match.
Correct.
2, it creates this aura of Randy Orton is distracted by other things going on.
Yeah.
That lets Bray Wyatt, the Eater of Worlds and the originator of the House of Horrors match, which God knows what the hell it is at this point still, lets him pick up the W. So, like, it sucks that they made it this convenient for it to happen, but I think that's what's going on.
Wasn't this for the title at one point?
Yeah. When they originally booked the match, it was Bray coming out to cut a promo about getting his rematch. And then he mentioned the House of Horrors match, and they never mentioned title after that point.
Okay, because apparently, like, I heard this somewhere that Wikipedia had it as a title match, and then all of a sudden, like,
Very possible.
retracted it.
Because that's when they
Then
originally
there was a
brought
debate
up
of, was this ever a title match, or this wasn't a title match?
it would be Bray Wyatt's championship rematch from WrestleMania.
Now, the next question is this actually going to be a live match? Or is this going to be something like, kind of like...
Unless they change what they've
The
said.
stuff.
They said it was going to start outside the ring and end in the ring.
Corey Graves specifically said on Raw that it was going to end in the ring. So I could see this being a situation where it's a pre-taped thing, and then they stumble out of Gorilla, through the curtain, down the entrance ramp, beaten,
Or through the crowd or something.
Yeah. And in the ring, and the match
And
ends
we
there.
got like the projectors from Mania again.
I hope not.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll do that. I think all the stuff that they're going to do is going to be off screen, not in the arena necessarily.
Just at like Gotham's amusement mile the entire time.
Yeah.
I heard they're going to shoot it on the back of a semi, like on a truck bed, driving
with
down the highway.
haystacks
Yeah,
and everything like that.
that's what I heard.
Shouts out to Goldust.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Braun Strowman destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah. They should start next Raw with like a in memory of all the people that Braun Strowman has
Oh man,
murdered.
all the jobbers, like just a
Golden Truth.
collage of
James
faces
Ellsworth is the only one that's lived to tell.
still around.
They should have a thing where Ellsworth tell all of your friends what you saw here.
I'll let you live.
Yeah. Spread my word to SmackDown.
All right, so House of Horrors match. What are we thinking is going to be the finish of the match? Any predictions for any interference or unexpected appearances?
If you
Do you think Eric Rowan's going to show up? Anybody? I think it's possible.
No.
I think it's possible. We got a lot of SmackDown guys at this pay-per-view.
No Rowan, but two things. One, if you have any hopes of building Bray Wyatt up again, even though you dropped the ball at WrestleMania with the build that you had been building towards with him, he has to win this match. So put me down for Bray right now. Which it kind of feels like a drop of water in the bucket, or like trying to put out a fire with gasoline, because at this point the damage is already done with Bray Wyatt. He almost needs an entire reset at this point, just because they've been so up and down with him. Like, he had all the momentum going into Mania.
DC Comics, New 52, and now Rebirth.
They need to retcon. Yeah, they need to retcon Bray Wyatt again.
Right.
Like, my God, the poor guy cannot.
Husky Harris is about to come back. Just
So Wyatt, I think, is going to pick up the W because they need to start building up. But I do think you will see a post-match Finn Balor.
He's not going to interfere.
Bray's
a face now.
No, Bray's not a face.
He could be.
He's the new face of
donuts.
fat.
So yeah, put me down for Bray. I think Finn will make a post-match.
Is he going to show up in a hologram?
Who knows? Maybe he'll be the Demon Kang.
Is there going to be a cage involved in this match?
There's not going to be a cage. There's going to be a lot of hokey pokey.
How many table spots?
0.
What? Okay.
0.
I think Bray Wyatt is going to win. I think the fact that they got rid of the title match stipulation, it was a big telltale sign that that's the way the booking was going to go. Randy is obviously the favorite to go in against Jinder Mahal, so him taking a loss to Bray Wyatt's not going to be a huge knock to his stance on SmackDown. And Bray needs, like you said, he needs an oomph to bring him to Finn Balor's level for this next feud that he's going to be going into. Level. A whole Balor level. So I'm going to go Bray Wyatt. Lock it in. I'm the one that locks it in. It's already locked in. Ajax, what do you think is going to happen?
Bray.
Get you that Bray.
Give me that Bray.
All right, we're looking at. Oops, Shawn. What do you think you're going to do?
I got to agree with Bray Wyatt also, just because for all the reasons we brought up, this isn't a title match. Both men are going their separate ways, after this match. Orton has absolutely nothing to lose, so a loss on one pay-per-view isn't going to hurt him.
Right.
And you need to establish Bray Wyatt as your, one of your heel characters on, your major brand. So.
And if I'm Raw, I want to have my Raw superstars win the match, not have a SmackDown guy beat my guy. So that's why I have Bray.
Yeah.
He's the Raw guy in this situation.
All right, so 2 more matches to go over. So
the one, do we even need to pick that one? I mean, I think we can all.
Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho?
Yeah, can we
I
just
think Chris Jericho's going to win. I'm writing it down. I for real think he's going to win.
You know what?
He's going to win by DQ, so he won't win the championship and he'll stay on Raw, but he will win the feud.
And take that momentum going on. And then Kevin Owens.
And that'll write him off TV as well, because Kevin Owens is going to get DQ'd and beat the crap out of him or whatever. And
then Kevin Owens can come out on Tuesday and say, hey, I put Chris Jericho on the shelf.
He's gone.
He's not
even on tour.
He's not coming over here.
Like that.
I'm the new face of America.
It's a fantastic gimmick for him, by the way.
Man, I love him as Canadian.
I don't like his short beard.
Canadian Triple H.
It definitely is different.
I like it. Anyway, yeah, I mean, we won't commiserate on this match very long.
I'm saying Chris Jericho by DQ.
I'm going to take Kevin Owens.
Okay, that's a safe bet.
Just general Kevin Owens. Like, he's got to retain the belt, because this AJ Styles Kevin Owens feud that's going to happen is going to be magnificent.
I don't know what that means.
It's going to be great.
Oh,
I'm going to go Kevin Owens, because Chris Jericho is obviously going back on tour at any moment, and I think it seems to be the new standard with WWE. That wrestlers used to win their last matches, as they're signed off. Now they have them, lose with,
Well, I think Jericho's going to be back at
he'll be back, but still,
he's potentially leaving forever.
I just don't see any upside to having Jericho win. So,
gotcha. Ajax.
Same reasons for what Corey said.
About what? You're going Jericho?
Yep, I'm going Jericho.
So he stays on Raw.
Doesn't have a belt.
Stays on Raw.
Because I specifically looked at the stipulation on the Wikipedia page. I don't know how accurate that is, but it specifically says if
Jericho wins the belt.
If he wins the belt, he goes to SmackDown. Not if he wins the match. So I was like, why would they word it like that?
It's kind of weird wording. Yeah.
So I think it'll end in a disqualification.
Yeah.
Like KO gets frustrated that Jericho kicks out of something that he shouldn't have and
then
loses his mind and
Throws him through the Jericho.
Could we possibly also see one last Owens-Joe reunion before
I don't think so.
they split?
They didn't do it when we thought they could at WrestleMania.
I
I don't
think
know why they would do it here.
That the whole Owens Joe Triple H thing has gotten swept under the carpet much in the way
which
that
doesn't make sense, but I mean, at the same time, it
I
does.
think they just needed to shuffle it up, and
it's gone the same way that the world title stipulation for the House of Horrors match has gone. It's swept under the carpet and pretend that we didn't even mention that. So
oopsies.
All right, so let's get to your true main event of the evening. We got one last match, and we are not finished with you.
I'm not finished with you!
One more time.
I'm not finished with you!
Another one.
I'm not finished with you!
That never gets old.
Making his way to the ring, coming in at 349.5 pounds. I don't know if that's how much he weighs.
Beef.
Did you notice in WCW that they would do half pounds and quarter pounds?
Yeah.
What the? Who does that?
McDonald's.
219.25 pounds.
205.5 live.
Did he
Oh,
not
you don't
take a shit
qualify.
today?
Get out. Yeah. There's water weight.
A quarter of a pound?
Yeah,
right.
so Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns.
The battle of the century.
May I?
Yeah.
Okay. It won't be. I promise. First of all, this won't be as bad as the Goldberg rant. I promise
wait.
you, but
Let's strap in. We have a Shawn McMahon rant coming.
Oh boy.
Batten down the hatches.
Once again, this to me is proof that WWE does not have a clue. Mm-hmm. You had so much momentum coming off of Mania with Reigns being a heel and striking right now where you could turn him into a heel and you completely can get it.
And switch the crowd over.
And they keep wanting to revisit this thing with Strowman that
I agree with you to a point,
but here's the other thing. No, like I can't remember what match we talked about. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh, the Joe and Rollins match.
Yeah,
where it's a double-edged sword. You have the same thing here because you want Strowman to be your monster, and they've been teasing that at some point they want Strowman and Lesnar. Now, Bully Ray on Busted Open has advocated multiple times about, as a fan, you got to be able to let yourself buy in and believe in what you're seeing. Well, if you keep having Braun Strowman lose to Roman Reigns,
you're not going to build up Braun Strowman as a monster.
You're not going to have fans believing that Braun Strowman's a monster. Problem with that, though, is
he's a lover.
How do you make Roman Reigns lose a match after he just beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Through nefarious means.
Oh, he was just destroyed in an ambulance and was thrown off of a dock or a bay.
I understand.
He's coming into this
but
at
there's
a disadvantage.
There's
he's going to show up with like a taped up shoulder.
There's
and
just
like
not a real good way
more
for this
armor on his body.
Like
it could be a squash match type deal that Braun could get him out there, and then.
But I just don't see the upside for either one.
Here's the thing.
There doesn't need to be one.
Strowman's got to be in the Universal title.
Let me counter your first point. Your first point was that they didn't turn Roman proper heel post WrestleMania when they had the chance. I think and I've talked about this before, we are in an era where it's a new version of what a heel is. They are self-aware of the fact that nobody is supportive of Roman Reigns in the face of the company capacity. Yet they are still going to stay the course of what they are doing, because whether you're booing for him or whether you're cheering for him, you are acknowledging him in some capacity. And they are aware of that, and they're going to continue to do that. It's like they're essentially trolling us on purpose.
Well, and I think I've had that conversation with you before. I don't remember or not, that I'm all for, with social media in the new era, of eliminating the whole clear heel face,
the classic heel face dynamic,
and just make everybody kind of like, okay, hey, I'm friends with Corey, I'm friends with Ajax, but I don't like Joe and Travis.
How do you
even
not
though
like
they,
Joe?
I'm just, I'm
theoretically, this is not real. This is
I can't even fathom that theoretically.
Oh, Joe, it's okay.
Joe, I love you.
Theoretically speaking,
but the dynamic of heel and face has changed so much, though, and truth be told, and I might get crucified for saying this, I like what they're doing with Roman Reigns.
But I did too, up until he goes back and gets destroyed by Braun Strowman. I thought they had a nice dynamic where he came out and he's like, "This is my yard now. I beat the legend." You know,
It was good.
Sorry, I just read a tweet from sexy Chucky T, Chuck Taylor. I wonder if Mojo Rawley thinks about me as much as I think about him. Us too, Chuck. Us too. Anyway,
I don't think Mojo.
I just thought you had a good dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't need to revisit the Braun Strowman factor again.
Well, we're not defending the Universal title till July, so we gotta figure out some way to kill time between now and then. And what better way than to make Roman Reigns? I don't want to say it looks strong because I do think he eats the, telegraphing my ending here.
Go ahead.
I think Braun wins.
He does.
Oh, Braun wins.
I think Braun wins because, one, you set up for it with the whole injury angle. I could see him pulling a DDP circa 1998, coming out with the rib tape, the whole nine.
I think Roman will
pretty
put
sure-
up a good fight,
Yeah.
but he can't do it. He can't beat Strowman.
Yeah.
Again, protecting Roman would be he's beat up, he's all taped up or bandaged or whatever, and the commentators are selling he's.
I mean, at this point,
in
you
and out of
kind
the
of have to
hospital.
because
he's got bruised this and he's got internal bleeding and whatever they want to say.
The persistent rumor is that they've already kind of penciled in the main event for Mania next year, which will be Brock Lesnar,
Roman
Reigns for the belt. I think what you're going to end up seeing is maybe a little bit of a kind of like how they booked Sami Zayn a little bit, where you see Roman kind of on the losing end of things for a while.
Well, they got to keep him away from the belt for a year.
Keep him away from the belt.
So he's got to be near the top of the card still, but not
quite.
not
Champion
contender,
only
not
shows
in
up every
those
3 months. That won't be as hard.
Yeah, so and maybe they're going to do it to try to build up some sympathy for the guy. I don't think it's working so far because you heard how the crowd popped when Braun Strowman threw him off of the loading dock.
It's a tweener, man.
But I think you're going to see a different evolution of how they book Roman. I think you're going to see a evolution to where he takes losses. He takes some losses and he gets beat up so that when he does beat Brock Lesnar for the belt inevitably next year, it's going to be the biggest thing ever. It's going to be, oh my God, he's overcome so many odds and he is now super Roman, and he comes out with a cape and he flies in, and it's a big thing.
Did you know that Brock Lesnar makes $12 million a year, which is 4 times more than anyone else in the company?
That's almost half of what I make. That's insane. I live lavishly.
You just got so silent there for a second.
$12 million.
That's a lot of money.
And he wrestles. He's not wrestling till July apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
$12 million. His last 2 matches were like
nothing.
Were like less than 5 minutes. His last 3 matches total time less than 5 minutes.
It's one of those things where and look, I don't like. I told you way back. As far as Fastlane, even before then, I'm not a big fan of the whole part-time, being champion.
Right.
But, I mean, Bully Ray kind of put it in perspective, I guess, that, look, Lesnar's a name that if he shows up, you're going to buy a ticket to be there. And you're not going to do it if he's just going to show up on every Monday Night Raw.
He should at least be at every pay-per-view. There
Brock
should be a
Lesnar.
I
should be a
completely
Universal title match at this
I
pay-per-view.
completely agree with you. And, I've told Travis numerous occasions I don't like this whole part-time,
Right.
especially because then, how many times have they used in storyline mode, oh, if the champion doesn't defend in 30 days,
They're stripped.
But yet
Naomi.
Brock Lesnar takes off and
Months.
we're just going to ignore the fact that he's been gone for more than 30 days.
Not to mention that half of your former champions that are deserved their rematches never end up getting them. Shouts out to Bray Wyatt. Shouts out to, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
AJ Styles.
These are all contractually obligated.
AJ Styles.
How's this company not getting sued?
AJ's been bringing it up for months
Fight
that he
for
hasn't
your
got
right.
his one-on-one rematch.
Right.
Where's AJ on this pay-per-view? Why couldn't they have him? If they're going to have SmackDown guys on a Raw pay-per-view,
You
why
have
not AJ?
SmackDown guy on here.
I mean,
Two actually, two. And then
there are
Kevin
2
Owens.
technically.
Yeah, Kevin Owens.
And then you have as in Bray Wyatt's an ex SmackDown guy.
He's not a SmackDown guy though. He's a Raw guy. Okay. He likes it Raw.
So we are going to see Finn Balor at the end of the show. I got Strowman. You got Strowman. You got Strowman. You got Roman?
It's Roman. It's Roman.
I'm gonna go. I want to go Braun really bad. I'm gonna go Braun reluctantly, just because
It ain't real. It ain't real. He's right in Strowman.
It's okay. I can't give you any grief. I changed my Joe Seth pick.
Put an asterisk
I never
on
picked.
that one,
Hey,
too.
hold up! I never officially.
Man, we
picked
got
Roman.
more
It's okay.
flip flops than Old Navy's dollar sale right now.
I never.
I was just I know. I was just giving you a hard time by saying
It's
we
just-
all picked Strowman.
It's
Are you
just
picking
because
Roman?
every time I want to say that Roman's gonna lose a match,
He wins it.
they book
He
him to
doesn't
win.
kick out
so-
at 2, but he does at least win all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So we have everybody's picks. We're locked in. The punishment will be upon us.
Yeah, so don't be surprised if we Skype one of you guys if you can't make it onto a future episode anytime soon to do your Scott sign, or maybe even like a pre-recorded.
Yeah, just don't do it from your cell phone. We need high quality.
Yeah,
HD.
we
We've
need-
upgraded our video quality here on the show. We need top of the line quality.
We
if you're
here
gonna
at
submit.
Audio Suplex Live and the Nerd Complex Podcast Network expect nothing but the finest of production values,
And as ours gets better,
look at
our
us.
quality
We're
gets
beautiful. Look how. Oh my
this
god, this is good.
Started from the bottom.
What a time to be alive, guys.
What a time.
That is WWE Payback.
We're going to talk about what else we're doing this week. We
Yeah.
have a show on Thursday. Will be a roundtable discussion regarding 1998's WCW NWO Uncensored. We're going
So-
to do a special episode where we discuss that pay-per-view specifically. So you have until Thursday to watch it if you'd like to partake in kind of know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we'll break it down match by match, kind of like look at where the guys who were on that card are now in their career, kind
How
of
many
like,
of them are dead, which I made notes of.
which is kind of bad.
Yeah, we're gonna. We all have different views as well. I'm at no way, shape, or form a WCW fan, so I had never seen this pay per view. I don't really know any of the
I
storylines.
did see that tweet. I'm spending my Saturday night
I
watching.
don't think I've known the definition of pure disappointment until I texted Corey and said, "Hey, so for a future episode, I want to do a WCW retro pay per view review," and he just kind of I get to like read the disappointment in his text back to me. It's just like,
He actually just left you on red.
Like, oh,
yeah, so.
well, I would have preferred an old school WWF pay per view.
Well, and that's what we're gonna do. So we want to try to flip the format a little bit. I know sometimes we try to do like our roundtable shows. We try to do our general recap shows. This is gonna be just another little flavor that we can pepper in here.
vintage recap.
So as Corey's payment for me making him watch a WCW pay per view, and Sean's actually going to join us for this show as well.
Yes.
As Corey's payment, he's going to pick the next pay per view that we do. So
do I get to pick it during that show?
yeah, if you want, we can just kind of pull. I literally pulled WCW Uncensored from the like ethereal plane.
You
I
were
was
just like, I know that's a year that happened, and I know that Uncensored is a pay per view.
that happened, which in retrospect, it was a good show.
It was. It
for
was
the most
actually
part.
the card's good. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about it. So if you guys aren't doing
I
anything
can see it
Thursday
in
at
your
8,
face.
you can check it out. I was surprised that I knew every wrestler because I looked up the information of this pay-per-view. It came out between WCW NWO World Tour and WCW NWO Revenge, which I played the shit out of both of those games. So I know the entire roster of those games. So I was like, oh, I know
Including-
Scott Norton.
Even though AKI Man does not make an appearance on this show at all. So.
No, but I actually, weird that you brought that up. I was watching 205 Live last night as well, and they had that little ninja guy character on the loading screen or whatever they use.
kinda does look like
I
a-
wonder if they're going to debut him someday as an actual wrestler. Like, they'll call him 205.
So because we're doing this on Thursday, we're not going to have a traditional show where we would usually kind of break down Payback and kind of give you our thoughts on it. So sometime this week, we haven't decided exactly when, Corey and I are going to do like a little mini episode you can look forward to.
We're going to try a little bit a different way to broadcast the show. So
Yeah,
we're going to try our mobile rig out.
So keep your eyes peeled to our Twitter and Facebook to kind of see where how that's going to pop up. But you will get our feelings for Payback
Before Thursday
at some point this week. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that. So without any further ado, get ready to enjoy WWE Payback tonight. This has been Audio Suplex Live.
Thanks for listening.
Preview special. Thank you for listening. Facebook.com.
Audio
Twitter.com.
Suplex Live.
Get at us.
Heel_Corey on Twitter.
You don't need to follow me. Just Joe, get us out of here.
See ya.
Hey guys, we would like to thank the band Wax for our intro and outro music. You can check them out at waxoh.bandcamp.com. You have been listening to the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.